Louisiana Beer Review Special Edition, ZiegenBock Texas Amber Revisited. Okay, this beer was introduced by Anheuser-Busch in 1995, brewed in Texas for Texans. And then about 4 years ago I saw it in Louisiana, and I called Anheuser-Busch. Well, I sent them an email. I said I thought this was only brewed in Texas for Texans. And the lady said, that's right, it's only sold in Texas and in Louisiana. So, okay, that was fine with me. I see it around. They did sell it in this town for a little while. Didn't seem to catch on. I see it in Metairie. I bought this 6-pack at Dorgnac's for $7.99. It's very similar to the Michelob Amberbock, which was introduced in 1995. Similar ABV, similar ingredients. It says right here, and this is the new label, by the way. You see they changed the label late 2015, fall of 2015. And there's a new website coming. It's not ready yet. Benny Keith, the big Houston Anheuser-Busch distributor, saying that there's another ZiegenBock on the market, a new one called Dunskyer, a red lager, 5.5. I'd like to see it. I don't know. But they're saying this is 4%. This is 4.9. Houston, Texas. Says ZiegenBock Brewing Company. Was InBev since 2008. Anheuser-Busch InBev. And on the back it has a code. On the bottle it has a code. 15259. That means it was brewed on the bottled on the 259th day of 2015. HT, Houston, Texas. And I went on a tour there in 2015. It was very interesting. Cost me $30, but $29.95. But the tour guide, a lot of water vapor. She took me in a lot of areas that weren't actually on the tour. But I was the only one on the tour at the 10:30 event, so she was just saying, oh yeah, we can go in here. You can look at that. So that was pretty cool. It wasn't too formal. All right. A bone-colored, thick white head, bone white, and amber, yeah, clear, bubbly, fine sediment. Last year or earlier this year, here's the previous label, ZiegenBock Amber, brewed exclusively for Texas and Louisiana. They've changed this beer many times. I mean the label many times. If you look on Google and Yahoo, you'll see so many different label designs. John Sharon of Zone 1 Beer Reviews in Indiana, he said, I gave him some of this when he came down here earlier this year, and he said he really liked it. We thought it was way better than Shinerbock. Shinerbock is like the big time dark beer in Texas, but this is very popular too, and like it says on the cap, kinda legendary. Yeah, it is kinda legendary in Texas. I mean, it's a pretty popular deal out there. Now in Louisiana, the big one is the Michelob Amberbock. Now I don't know if they sell Amberbock in Texas. I didn't notice it out there, but I wasn't looking, seeing if they sold it. But Michelob Amberbock is pretty popular around here. Michelob Light, no, you barely see it. Michelob Regular Lager, you barely see it. Michelob Ultra, yeah, it's huge, of course. That's a whole kind of different line of beer, the Ultra line. It smells mild. It's not particularly aromatic. I did a review of this in 2011. We did an examination, me and not many people, because most people I know can't get it. A little caramel, a little sweetness, a little beer aroma, standard lager beer aroma. Beer Advocate says it's poor. There are not many ratings. There's hardly anything on video for it, YouTube. Rate Beer is saying it's bad. I think they gave it, what, a 6 out of 100? Some really low score. So the major rating sites are going to say it's just not good at all and you shouldn't drink it. $7.99 a 6-pack. Sweet, bread crust, barley malt. It's got corn adjunct, I'm sure. Don't really pick that up. Maybe a little in the background. Pick up a lot more of that with the Samuel Adams Boston Lager. I mean, it tastes like cornbread in the background. Same ABV as the Samuel Adams Boston Lager. Well, that one is a lot hoppier and more bitter, but okay, light and watery mouthfeel and crisp, clean, refreshing finish. But honestly, Boston Lager, you're usually going to pay $1 more per 6-pack. I gave it an A- on my last review. That was generous, frankly. Just kept picking up more cornbread as I was drinking it. Honestly, I think this is a better beer. It's got a little sourness in the background, a little bite to it. Yeah, it's mass produced. It's an AB InBev brand, and it's a macro, etc., but Samuel Adams Boston Lager is a macro beer too. It doesn't use any corn or rice adjunct that I'm aware of, but I think it does. I believe it. I can't prove it. I suspect that it uses caramel coloring, but I don't want to really, I'm not going to say I accuse you of doing that. I just suspect that this does not have any additives or preservatives. So, but whatever. I just think this is a little cleaner beer. It's a little better value. If you see it, and chances are you, unless you're in Texas or Louisiana, you definitely are not going to see it. But I would buy it and try it, and I think you'll like it if you're not too picky about things. But you probably will see Michelob Amberbock, which is so similar to this. Not identical, but very similar. And that would be a good alternative. A really nice, enjoyable beer, that Michelob Amberbock. Come to think of it, I ought to buy some more of that. So, Les Bon Temps Roulé, I'll give this, I'm going to go A-. Also, it's, in the light Bock, which kind of doesn't make sense, but you know what I'm talking about, these below 5% Bock, so-called Bock beers. It's excellent. A-. I guess for beer overall, it might be more in the B+ area, and that's right there with Samuel Adams Boston Lager. So Les Bon Temps Roulé, a good beer, enjoyable beer. I have 3 or 4 left, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to New Orleans.